Guys, with a day or two to reflect, what did you think about the season opener, how you guys played, and what you learned about yourselves in the first game of the year?
Yeah, I think it was good overall. I thought we played really hard. It was first game, we got a lot of things to clean up, but as a group, collectively, I thought we had a good performance game one.
It was fun to see the guys all at the court at one time, trying to get somebody else, and we come together as one. There's no better feeling than all the work we put in off season. But I feel like we keep stacking up days and putting in work. I feel like we can be something one day. We can accomplish our end goal.
Sean, as someone who has been through this before on a team with a lot of guys that haven't, he just talked about stacking days. How have you maybe talked to guys or tried to show that to guys in practice since the game, or what kind of approach have you had to try to make sure that guys realize that it's not about just one game, it's a long journey?
Yeah, I try to do as much as I can, and being around. I know that it's hard to keep the end goal in mind when things are so early, but it's important to keep stacking days and take something good from each and every day, especially games like that. It can be tough, and practice can be monotonous and repetitive, but it's important to keep the end goal in mind. We got a lot of goals that we're going to set out and try to accomplish this year.
Yeah, Sean, you mentioned, just things you guys have to clean up. What are some of those things you've identified early on in the season? It's still so early, but just the things that you think, you could still improve on the most as a unit.
Yeah, I think we had a few too many turnovers as a group. Rebounding is one that we've been focusing on for the last 2 weeks. Showed in the exhibition game, and then in the scrimmage as well. Offense, just clean up things like screening, making sure we're always hitting the body. Just kind of, as a group, just running offense, doing what we need to do in order to, as far as getting the ball in the right spot, taking good shots, getting our team best shot.
Bruce, I know after the exhibition you told us you were a little bit nervous. With the first real game the other day, how long into the game did it take you to kind of shake off the nerves and feel like you were in the zone ready to go?
For me, I usually get after the first play, my nerves go away. But I don't know, this game, last game, it took me a couple possessions to get my feet under myself. But when that happened, I felt comfortable. I felt like practice. I felt like practice with the team, and everything was just flowing.
And what things did some of the teammates that have been around a couple of years, like Sean, what kind of things did they tell you leading into that first game to kind of get you comfortable and kind of get some of those jitters away?
They just tell me to be myself. That what got me here in the first place, just doing what I have to do every single day. They seen the work that I put in, and that helped me throughout the whole way. So they know what I'm capable of doing. I just have to show y'all what I'm able to do.
A few of the guys we've talked to so far this year have said that they believe while you guys may not have one go-to guy or two go-to guys in terms of scoring, you guys have a collective that can either get the job done or different guys can step up each night. Is that what you guys have seen in practice and in some of the exhibition games you played, that it can be a group effort?
I believe so. We have a lot of versatile guys on my team that can get off at any night. I seen in practice where Bryce get off, all of a sudden Zed making shots, or Bryce making shots. So Bowen, really the whole team, I believe that can get off at any moment. And we got a lot of trust in each other, so we really don't care who has the most points at the end of the day. It just doesn't matter if we get the win or not.
Sean, you've been through college basketball. Can it work that way for a successful team, especially down the road when you start playing some of the non-conference teams some of the Big Ten teams? Can you have nights where it's a different guy, or does there need to be an established go-to guy, especially late game situations, things like that?
Yeah, up until this point, I haven't been a part of a team that's had a group that is this versatile. West Virginia was, kind of myself and Taz and a few other Deuce McBride and a few other guys that, had that weight on their shoulders to score the points and do a lot of the scoring. But I think it's good in this situation we have because, like Bruce said, there's Bryce, there's Justice, there's myself, he can score. There's so many, the list goes on and on, 1 through 14, of guys that are able to score at will on any given night. And I think that it's special, it's something that's unique. Every team doesn't really have that. And I think that come conference tournament time, or just conference play in general, it'll be important.
Bruce, there was times in the second half on Monday where there was 4 freshmen on the court at once. What's the comfort level among you guys, the chemistry, and is there a pride that you guys take in being able to be on the court at once?
It's a big pride thing for me, especially people that don't see us as very much experienced as everybody else. But I feel like we put in a lot of work as anybody else in the country. I feel like when we're on the court, it doesn't matter if it's all freshmen or all older guys. But we get the job at any time. So,
Sean, I've been wondering, what is it like playing for Bob Huggins and then playing for Chris Holtman? Are there any similarities there? They seem like they might be wired a little differently.
Yeah, they're definitely wired a little differently, to say the least. But two great coaches. There's no question about that. I mean, Huggins obviously has his own style. Reputation is very well known. But I mean, he's got 900 plus wins for a reason. There's different ways to achieving success. Hugs has his way, and in my experience, Hugs has his way. Holt has his way. Holt's very successful as well. Very underrated in my opinion. Does things the right way. Goes about his business, handles his business in a mature manner. But no, I mean, being able to experience 2 different styles of coaching, both at a very high level, something I'm very grateful for.
Bruce, I wonder, when you committed to Ohio State, it seemed like you eventually helped bring some guys with you, some other guys in this recruiting class. As they were going through, like, being recruited, maybe you were trying to get them to follow you. What kind of role do you think you played in this freshman class all arriving at Ohio State together?
I feel like I needed other pieces around me to bring to Ohio State. I just knew by myself I couldn't do it. So first that committed was Roddy, then it was me. Then I realized we needed a big and a wing, then a shooter. Then when Bowen came, then Bryce came on at last minute, then Felix. But I feel like we just complement each other really well. And for the future, like us 5 staying, I feel like we can make a big impact in the future.
Bryce, how comfortable are you rebounding the ball? Because I know you're obviously not one of the tallest guys on the team, but you're big, bulky. Can you be a factor in that? I know Coach talked about Isaac being a good rebounder at the guard position. Do you think you can contribute that way as well?
I can contribute as well. For us not being as big as every other team, I feel like I have to at least get a couple 3 to 4 rebounds. That is a big difference in a tight ball game. So me rebounding would be crucial for me as well.
So you had just mentioned like the 5 of you like staying together, and obviously the way college basketball is now with transfers and NIL, like the concept of keeping a class together for a long time maybe isn't the same as it was a couple of years ago. What are your thoughts on that? Like what the long-term potential, I know you're 1 game in, but the potential for like your class if you stay together, what can that look like and how hard do you think it will be to keep everybody together?
I feel like we can accomplish a lot of things in the future due to our coaching staff. They lead us in the right way on and off the court. So I feel like there's no better coaching staff in the country. They tell us what to do it, and they'll never steer us the wrong way. So I feel like we stay together, and it's not really known right now like it used to be. But I feel like if we do, we can make a lot of stuff happen.
Just to weigh on that as well, being around college basketball for a while, seeing this freshman class, super talented, unlike anything I've seen before, honestly, in a group of freshmen, and then knowing the class that they have coming in next year. Next couple years of Ohio State basketball could be really special.
What is it about this freshman class? Can you expand on that a little bit, what you've seen already from them that makes you feel that way?
I mean, none of the freshmen play like freshmen or really act like freshmen. They're 18, 19 years old, but they act like they've already been playing, college basketball, maybe a season already. They play like sophomores or juniors. They're experienced. They have more experience. They don't play so sped up. They seem under control. Sure, they make freshman mistakes. That's gonna happen. They're young. They're still learning. But just the way that they handle themselves on the floor, they don't act like freshmen.
Good. Awesome. Well, thank you.
Thanks,
guys. I call you Bryce.